Hello, everyone. Good evening and good morning, as per your reason. Thank you very much for joining the session. Let's wait for another 3 minutes before starting the session. We'll let people some time to join the session. Thank you. Okay. Thank you once again, everyone, for joining the session. We can start. Myself, Anand Rondakat, AVP for IT Infrastructure and Cloud Services at Realtis. If I talk about Realtis, we are a global technology consulting firm, uh, partners across SAP and Salesforce, to bring together customer experience and technology specific to healthcare and real estate. We have offices across 5 different countries. Our offerings includes implementation, consulting, development, design, and post go live, managed services as well to all of our customers, right? Um, if I talk about this session, today we are going to present about RPA. The sessions will be taken care by Swanand Bharat, who has 7+ years of experience and has designed 40+ processes specific to multiple domains, few of them like shipping and logistics, insurance, retail, pharmaceuticals, right? He has strong, hold on RPA tools like Automation Anywhere, Microsoft Power Automate, Karen, and many more, right? Apart from this, he has hands-on experience, a rich experience, I would say, when it comes to ERP tools such as SAP, Salesforce, Oracle, EBS, and so on, right? Having said that, I will pass the flag to Swanand. Thank you, everyone.
Yep. Thank you, Anand. Okay, so already Anand introduced myself. Now I'm Swanand Varad. I have totally plus years of experience in IT industry. Uh, from last 7+ year, I'm working in RPA industry where automated 40+ process. I automated near about each ERP tool in the market. Each top ERP tool, you can say Oracle EBS, Salesforce application, SAP application. I covered near about the top all industry in finance domain, insurance domain, shipping logistics. Okay, so that's my introduction. Now, this is our agenda where we divided this session into two parts. The first session is like an introduction of RPA, where we will cover what is RPA, features of RPA, and where can we use RPA. Okay, now the second part is how to identify process that need to be automated. So where we will cover basic criteria to select the right process, then classification of process to pick for automation. Now, the basic question is what is RPA? So when we say RPA, so RPA is a robotic process automation. So when we say robotic, so robotic means the entity that has the capability to mimic human actions. So mimic human actions means whatever the task we do on a daily basis. So that's the same thing we do using programming languages or robotic process automation tool. So when we say a process, the process is the sequence of steps that lead to a meaningful activity of a task is called a process. So automation means the tasks that happen automatically without human interaction. So that's the complete robotic process automation which we are going to discuss in detail in today's sessions. So in process, we do on the daily basis like account payable, expense reimbursement, purchasing and procurement, IT operations. There are multiple process in commercial domain, HR domain. So all those process we can automate using robotic process automation. So robotic automation means automating a work which help to reduce the workload and save some cost. So when we say RPA tool, so RPA tool is already in the there are multiple RPA tool in the market. So we can automate the task, but not only the RPA tool, but we can automate each and every process using a multiple programming languages. But when we develop any applications or we automate any application using programming languages, then it's a time taking process. So RPA tools are very helpful to automate the business processes. So that's why we are discussing about the RPA tools here. Now, features of RPA. So we can automate web applications like we need to read the information from web application. If we need to set value or we need to put values on in text box, or we need to put values in table. If we need to read value from tabular format, or we need to read values from images, if we need to click on the any buttons or radio buttons, we can say, or check boxes, so we can do that using RPA tools. Now we can automate Microsoft Excel to perform all kind of operations like create workbooks, create worksheets, add and remove columns, use a different formula, and saving Excel into the PDF. So in each and every domain or each and every process, we use a Microsoft Excel, we use a web application, we use a different desktop applications, we use the CRM applications, we use the emails, like we need to we get a request from in email format. uh, we use a SAP application or Salesforce kind of application which we can automate using RPA tools. So we can automate mainframe application with RPA tool. So when we say mainframe application, so very few people are aware about the mainframe application. So when we say mainframe application, it's not a GUI application, it's completely black screen like a command prompt. So using RPA tools or RPA technology, we can automate a mainframe applications too. uh, we can read the PDF invoices or image files. We can put data in web application and CRM applications. Like we get different requests in PDF files. We get invoices, so we can generate the invoices, or we can read the informations like total or grand total or quantity, the product name. So all that information we can read from the invoices. And I don't think so there is any industry which are not using any invoices or PDF file. So that's the one of the good feature which supported by RPA tools. Now we can schedule the bot as per the requirement to run at any time. So this is the one of the best feature where we can schedule the bot, we can trigger the bot. So when we say schedule the bot means it will run a 24/7. So there is not a time limitation. Like when we hire any employee, so there is a limitation like he will work for 8 hour or 9 hour or max to max 12 hour. But when we when we implement or when we automate that particular process, we can schedule that particular bot to complete that task at any time. So it may be on weekend, it may be on holiday. So that's the benefit of RPA. Now you can see some of the top RPA tool here, like a UiPath, Microsoft Power Automate, Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism. So these are the top RPA tool in the market, which I have mentioned here. Now RPA in every industry. Now the question is that, like, where we can implement RPA, which industry is good for, or we can say which industry which we can target to automate that process. Like every domain where you have finance team, where you have operation team, where you have IT team, HR team, commercial team. So each and every industry is suitable for the automation. Like you can see here, I have already automated for insurance domains and uh, shipping and logistics, then different retail clients. So each and every industry we can target to automate all the processes. Okay, so how to identify the process that need to be automated? So this is the our main topic, main agenda, where or how we can target, where we can find those process to be automated. Like we will go for the high value process and high volume process. So when we say high value process, means we are getting more financial benefit. When we say high volume process, means there are multiple applications and more peoples are involved. So we need to target those process with a high value and high volume processes. Okay, now we divided all these into the six major part, like a business driver or business driven processes, like high inbound call volume. So when I say high inbound call volumes, so I'm getting a multiple requests on daily basis or monthly basis. So just for an example, I'm giving example of warranty support. So if I have any kind of product where that particular so I have business in a multiple cities or multiple countries in multiple regions. So I'm getting near about 6 to 10,000 requests on monthly basis. So to handle that particular warranty support process, I need multiple resources or multiple people. But if all those resources or all those requests I'm getting globally, so I need to provide support 24/7. Okay, so in that situation, RPA is a good thing or good technology which we can use to automate those processes, which will help us to provide a proper support to our customer. Now, complex corporate products. So when I say complex corporate products, means we have such a kind of application which is very complex to learn or train the new resources. So in that situation, we can go for the automation. We can automate that particular application. So we don't need to spend more time to train the new resources or share our knowledge with the new resources. So if we are automating those processes, it will help us to save our time and save our cost. Now processes to be closed monthly or quarterly. So when we say a process to be closed on monthly, means we can take an example of our salary. We just need to uh, do that on the monthly basis. In some countries or some region, there is on like every week, sometime it's on 15 days. So in that situation, we can automate that process. When we say quarterly, in some industry, we follow that we need to do an audit. So for the auditing purpose or audit report, we can automate that particular process, which will help us to generate the proper report on quarterly basis and share with the audit team. Now, regulatory reporting. So when we say regulatory reporting, means it's a part of compliance where we need to follow the standard format and we need to generate report for the compliance team or regulatory team. Now we will go for the second part, that's the people. When we have team size greater than 15 resources, so we need to check their task, their repetitive task, and we can automate those tasks and we can save their time by automating those process using RPA tools. Now team own the process. Now there are a few processes where multiple people work and we have complete dependency on those peoples. So in that situation, we can automate that process, which will help us to save the time and save the cost. Now, knowledge workers, large teams handling low value tasks. So we have few resources which are very important for us, but they are spending their time on a low value task. Like just for an example, few finance manager which are very important for us, but they spend their time to do on repetitive tasks which we can automate, and which we can, those resources we can use to do more high value processes. So we will target to automate such kind of low value tasks using RPA tools or RPA technology. Now we will cover the location point where we will target high cost and high growth cities and countries. So when I say high growth cities and high growth countries, like just for an example, if we have business in a multiple countries and multiple cities, so in that situation, it does not mean that we are getting more financial benefit from each and every countries. So we need to first target those cities and those countries where there are multiple people are working, where financial benefits are more. So in that situation, we will target those cities and countries, and we will automate their process on high priority. So prioritization is more important in such situation. Now compliance. So in compliance, we can say internally controlled functions that have direct control over tools and processes. So compliance is very important part where we need to uh, we avoid to share our information outside third party tool. If we have any third party tool, in that situation we avoid to automate that tool. But if we have any application which develop in our organization or part of our organization, so we can automate that tool where it will follow all the standard practices or standard rules and regulation to follow and get a proper output. Now regulatory pressure on the continued use of manual process. In some organization, I saw that there are some regulatory team or compliance team, they asked to do the task as a manual, but sometime I identified that manual mistakes uh, are possible as compared to the, if we are automating those application using RPA tools and technology. Because when we implement, we follow all the rules and regulation, and machine does not make any kind of mistake. So it's possible from the human or any person to any mistake it's mistake is possible for any human, but not from the machine. So we need to avoid to do the more manual or repetitive tasks and implement those tasks using RPA tools and technology. Now we will cover the process. Like the percentage automated is lesser than 50% of the process. Now RPA, when we say RPA, it's a robotic process automation. So we can say RPA is not a new technology. Basically, we uh, we are using this technology from the different application. Like in Excel macro, few organization they automated Excel automation, but RPA tools provide more feature like automate any kind of application, means desktop and web application, mainframe application. So Excel macro is they have the limited functionality. But if we have such a process which already automated using VB script or any old technology, but which are lesser than 50%, so we can select those process and we can automate complete process using RPA tools and technology. Now, temporary or outsourced worker used and cases where data is sensitive. So when we say a data is sensitive means we need to avoid to share any information outside the organization. So just for an example, in security domain, we try to maintain that each and every resource should be part of organization, and that particular resource should not be a contractor or offshoring. So we make a such kind of rules and regulation where that data should be within the organization, it should not be go outside the organization. So we try to automate such an application or such a process using RPA tools. Now the sixth point is the IT. So when we say IT, that cases where numerous legacy platforms are used, which require prolonged transformation time. So I have seen I have automated a few applications which are few of the organization using from 15 or 20 years. So they are completely dependent on that application. If any day or due to some issue, if that particular application is not working, then it's a financial impact on that particular organization. So we can automate that particular legacy application, which will help them to make them the process is will be better, and they will get a time to transform that particular application uh, into the new application or new technology. So we can transform into the cloud or any other technology which will help that particular organization. That particular organization will get a time to transform application from old technology to the new technology. So what is the conclusion of this particular session? Like increase productivity. So when we say increase productivity, means what exactly we are increasing? Like organization productivity, we are increasing the employee productivity. So when we say organization productivity, means we are implementing this particular RPA bots or RPA automation globally for each and every city and country. So it will help to increase the productivity globally. So that will help to increase the productivity for each and every region, each and every city. So employee productivity, when we say employee productivity, means if any person doing any task on daily basis, so he will get a time to do some better work or to learn. He will get a time to learn more tools and technology, or he can use his time to complete his complete his task in a limited time. So that's the employee productivity. So he is getting more time to complete the task. Like if there is any task which complete in 3 hours or 4 hours, but using RPA tools and technology, we are completing that task in a few minutes or in a half hour or 1 hour. So he can save 2 to 3 hours to complete that particular task. So he can use his time to do a better work. Now efficiency gain. When we say efficiency gain, like RPA can complete tasks more quickly than human at a lower cost. So that's a major benefit, because RPA is a machine, so human cannot work like a machine. So that's a major benefit. We are finishing that particular task more quickly as compared to the human, and it's saving our time. Like higher morale and job satisfaction. So this is the most important part here. Um, so when we automate any process, so most of the resources, they do their work on repetitive basis. Like they do the same task on near about 4 to 5 hours on the daily basis. So they are not getting much more chance to learn new things. They are doing same task again and again on each and every day. So when they start their work, so initially there is a learning, but after a few months or few years, they are not enjoying it. So in that situation, we are giving the opportunity to gain better knowledge, or we are giving opportunity to uh, more productive work. So that's it will help employee or resource to gain a more morale and job satisfaction. So improved customer satisfaction. If we are doing tasks faster and we are providing better experience with the more accuracy, so automatically customer will be happy. And standardization of process. So when we say standardization of process, so we will ensure that the process is followed consistently every time across the location. If we have business in multiple cities and multiple countries, so it's not mandatory that each and everyone will follow the same step. Sometimes some people implement their own method, they try their own method, they do task with a different way. So they're not following each and every steps, or you can say compliance or rules and regulation to do that particular task. At the end, they focus on completing that particular task. But when we automate that particular process for each and every city and region, so it will be same for each and every one. So that's a major benefit of RPA, because we are standardizing process for the global location, or we can say each and every cities and regions. Okay, so these are the few major benefits I have explained here. There are multiple benefits we can add here, but due to time constraint, I have added only 5 to 6 point here. uh, so that's it from my end. Anand, over to you.
Yep. Thank you very much, Swanand. And I'm pretty much sure, after this session, all of us would be, able to understand what is RPA and how RPA can help, our current work life cycle, I would say, to improve and to get more out of it, right? So thank you, everyone. You have Q&A tab bottom of your screen. You can go ahead and click on that and shoot your questions. If you have any questions, queries, we can answer right away. And if not, we can, take it up and we can discuss offline as well, correct? So Swanand, I have already got two questions to start with, right? The first question, which I see more relevant, would you please explain, how RPA can help legacy applications? If you can give an example of that.
So I'm giving one example. So I work with one of the top shipping and logistic organization. So they were using mainframe application. So that particular mainframe application is created by one of the top IT industry, and that shipping and logistic company paying uh, 10 to 20 cent on each keystroke. Like if I'm saying my name is Swanand and there are 7 uh, character in my name, so that shipping and logistic company paying near about 100 to 140 cents on only to type my name. And that shipping and logistic organization, they are using near about I cannot say exact number, but they are they are traveling or shipping their containers near about 90 countries, and they are maintaining that information into the mainframe application. So it's very hard to count how much they are paying to that particular organization. And that's a 35-year-old organization. Means that particular application is 35-year-old applications. If we are saying 35-year-old application, means there are multiple resources working on that application, but they are not aware that we are paying for each keystroke. Correct? If I'm typing my name and sometime there is some mistype, so they are using backspace to clear that particular name, and for the each backspace to clear the each keystroke, they are paying a 20 cents, 10 to 20 cent for that to clear that particular mistake. But we use the RPA automation and we follow the standard process. We use a shortcuts method where it save million of dollar for that particular organization. So when we say automating legacy application, so we go for the shortest method. We automate that application and help organization to jump on the new technology. Yeah, that's it.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. That is great example, like where financial impact as well as the process improvement both
Correct.
comes in the same time, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Saving the cost as well. Correct. So
Yeah.
this second question that we have received, but there are many questions very frankly, just to let you know. The second question that we have received is, RPA can improve process and productivity that we understood from the slides, from the session. But how it will impact and improve the production system where, you have a live database or let's say live customer interactions or client applications, right?
Okay, so when we automate any process, so I'm working from last 7.5 years, so we follow each and every standard process which needs to be followed in a production environment. So we follow a standard process as well as we test that particular RPA bot in different environment, like in development environment, then in a validation environment or testing environment, then we move that bot into the production. Okay, so we focus on more accuracy. So already we said that the RPA bots are more, but they provide more accuracy. Okay, so we focus initially before the UAT. So that standardization we need to follow while development, and we focus on that.
Mhm. Okay, just in other words, like it does provide, area to check the logs, right?
Yes, correct,
ITL
correct,
implementation, right?
correct,
Right.
correct.
So,
So we near about each and every RPA tool, they provide their own logging system like audit log, error log. But when we design application, we create our own logs. So we for each and every step or for each and every event, we create our audit log and error log. So in case of any mistake, if anyone raising that there is some issue with the this particular output, so we create a kind of log which will help us to find the bug. If anything is wrong, we build such kind of logic. So I don't think so. Basically, we avoid all those things before the UAT. But in case of if there is possibility, so it will log that proper information at application level, means at the tool level, as well as at the development time, we make that kind of logs.
perfect. Yeah. Which will help, to rectify the issues and pinpoint the issues
Correct,
at the right time.
correct,
Correct. Yeah.
correct, correct.
The next one is very interesting, when it comes to database, right? So like we have seen in live environment, we have huge databases, right? Where customer or let's say client data flowing critical
Mhm,
data sometimes, and it
mhm,
has a huge data of, occurs sometimes, latency,
mhm,
for the scheduled jobs and
mhm.
so on, right? So if RP can pitch in over there, right, how it can help.
Okay, so when we use the RPA, we follow all the standardized rule. Just for an example, retry mechanism. We create a proper logging for each and every event. If we are accessing the data or any important information, so we save information against each and every record. Okay, if any record fail due to latency, we will make sure that particular information saved in at our end in error log or audit log. And once the latency or the issue is resolved, the RPA bot automatically picks that particular record from the same location. So we will make sure that it will not impact on the business, or it will not impact on the real database.
Okay.
So that kind of logic is implemented in RPA.
Perfect. Just top up question to the database, what kind of databases that RPA supports?
So near about all kind of database, SQL Server, Oracle, they're all kind of database supported by each and every RPA tool. Even we can automate, we can say we can use Excel as a database, we can use a CSV as a database. So uh, we can we can say each and every tabular format, each and every application with a tabular format, we can automate that. We can
Oh,
consider that particular application as a database, and we can do that.
then it's a wide range, right? Available over there. Correct.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
having said that, I'll take last one question. Looking at the time constraint, right? So, what are
Yes.
your thoughts on RPA future? Like we have other AI tools or AI things that in the market. What do
Mhm.
you see, in compared to RPA and how it's going to help?
So at the end, RPA technology is just evolving. Okay, if people are saying that RPA is not stable or it's not a good technology, or we cannot say, many people are fear about that we are losing our job due to RPA or automation. But in real, RPA giving opportunity to do the better work. Okay, so they are doing the dumb task, we can say they are doing the same task again and again. Okay, so each and every resource getting opportunity to upscaling. Okay, that's a more benefit to upscale in the current market, and that's the real need. Okay, uh, I just read more information, recently read more information about the RPA. So there are multiple scale created, like 1 to 5. There are different scale, and RPA in only second or third scale. There are three different scale are remaining. When we can say the RPA is completely evolved. Okay, right? RPA is evolving. There are multiple feature. Even we can include all AI and ML feature here. So even with the there are PDF reading, we are using AI ML methodologies like OCR
Okay.
engines and all those things.
Yes, right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. It can be integrated with RPA, right? That's
Yes,
perfect. Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Yeah. Having said that, thank you everyone once again for joining the session. And let us know if you have any questions, if you have any doubts, or if you need to have a like demo for any of your solutions. Please write us at sales@realtis.com, and we are happy to get in touch and discuss more on that. Correct. um yep. Take care, good evening, and have a good day ahead. Thank you everyone.
Yep. Thank you, Ron.